Imagine standing in the vast open plains of South Dakota, with its wide skies, rolling hills, and gentle wind whispering through the tall grass. At that moment, you can almost feel the heartbeat of this land, a rhythm that has existed for millions of years. But as we look around, do we listen? Do we hear what our natural resources are trying to tell us? Today, I want to explore how the land beneath our feet, the air surrounding us, and the water nourishing us are not just physical resources, but teachers. They're teachers who impart lessons on sustainability, respect, and resilience. If we take the time to listen truly, these lessons can guide us towards a more harmonious relationship with the earth and a brighter future for generations to come. Let's start with the land. South Dakota is home to rich soil, abundant prairies, and towering forests. These natural features are not just scenic. They're our classrooms. The land teaches us the importance of balance. Think of the way prairie ecosystems work. They depend on fire, grazing, and a delicate cycle of renewal. When managed properly, these elements help the soil remain fertile, support diverse wildlife, and protect the land from erosion. But when we disturb that balance by overgrazing, over-farming, or building on fragile land, we risk losing this natural wealth. Just as land requires careful stewardship, so too do we. It's a lesson in responsibility. We must protect the health of our soil and environment so that they can continue to provide for us. Every time we plant a seed, restore wetland, or practice crop rotation, we are not just conserving resources, we are learning the value of sustainability and ensuring that future generations can continue to thrive from this land. Next, let us consider the lesson of water. Water, the lifeblood of every ecosystem, is often something we take for granted. In South Dakota, we are fortunate to have access to the Missouri River, lakes, and underground aquifers. But we must also recognize that water is finite. Overuse, contamination, and neglect can deplete or degrade this essential resource. The lesson here is one of conservation and mindfulness. Water teaches us that it's not about taking more than we need, but about using what we have wisely. In a state where agriculture is a primary industry, we understand the delicate balance between irrigation and water conservation. Efficient water use techniques, such as drip irrigation or rainwater harvesting, are powerful tools in teaching us how to protect and preserve our water sources. Water reminds us that everything is interconnected. The health of our river and lakes depends on the actions we take on land, in agriculture, and in our daily lives. Finally, the air around us has its lesson to impart. The wind, so characteristic of our state, is a symbol of change, renewal, and power. Wind energy is one of the fastest growing renewable resources in South Dakota, providing both economic and environmental benefits. It shows us that we can harness nature's forces for the greater good without harming the planet. Wind teaches us that we are not passive recipients of resources, but active participants in shaping a sustainable future. But the wind also reminds us of our responsibility to protect our environment from pollution. It can carry dust and chemicals, but can also carry our hopes for cleaner air, less waste, and more mindful choices. The lesson here is clear. We must safeguard our air quality by reducing emissions, promoting green energy, and taking steps to prevent further harm to our atmosphere. So what do our natural resources teach us? They teach us that balance is crucial. They teach us the importance of stewardship and sustainability. They show us that we are not separate from the earth, but deeply connected to it. With every action we take impacting the world around us. As we move forward, let us take the lessons of the land, the air, and the water to heart. Let us listen to the earth's wisdom and strive to protect the resources that sustain us. In doing so, we honor not only the natural world, but also the future of South Dakota and the generations who will inherit this land. As Theodore Roosevelt once said, "The nation behaves well if it treats its natural resources as assets, which it must turn over to the next generation, increased and not impaired in value." Thank you.